as well as the rejection of the proposed staff loan scheme. The union has also warned that failure to address this demand could lead to a nationwide strike, disrupting academic activities across public universities. Now, joining me to discuss this is Professor Jobe Mowus, a lecturer and the Asuu chairman at the University of Jos. And I also have with me Olusola Amusan, the CEO of Vesti, and also Moses Okenla, the executive director of the Light of Africa Foundation. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me on the program.
Pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much. So let's begin with the Asuu story. You heard about the Asuu asking for, of course, revitalization of public funds and also calling on the government to address their immediate challenges. How do you think the challenges or the demand of these lecturers should be addressed now that we are even seeing them protesting at this point in time?
Well, I mean, I'm no unionist, but it's important to understand that stakeholders within the education sector also has to be one of the key stakeholders because, you know, as lecturers, they need to make sure that things continue to go in a normal way. And these disruptions continue to affect the life of students in adverse ways. So I think generally the federal government should pay attention to how this is being handled, especially because at such a time as this, you don't want things that would keep students at home and then further, you know, disrupt the academic calendar. So in whatever way, there should be a way to be able to come, you know, to terms amicably. You know, for example, imagine that the 2009 agreement is what they're still asking for in 2025. So the hope is that, you know, the Ministry of Education, the federal government, and all relevant stakeholders would pay attention to this. You know, you mentioned Federal University of Technology, Akure, which is my own alma mater, and this is a school that never wants to go on strike, and there are many other schools like that on that list who really never want to go on strike, you know, save the fact that most times the government turns deaf ears to them. And as someone who is really passionate about education, you know, and tertiary education as it is, you know, so apart from being CEO at Vesti, I'm also proprietor at Curators University, which is a proposed University of Artificial Intelligence, the first in Africa. And, you know, and when I think about this reason why I would go into doing this, it's really because of some of these disruptions. So certainly, you know, Asuu needs to be listened to, and of course, hoping that their demands are reasonable enough as well for there to be an amicable engagement between them and the federal government.
Beautiful. I think we'll still come back to the Curators University later. But let me come to you, Mr. Moses. As someone who is passionate about education,